There is a very simple tactic that people honestly overlook. It's overcomplicated in this sense that like it's a very simple idea on how you can easily get really really big arms, but then people overcomplicate it and people overlook it so much. They think that when they make something super simple, super complicated, that by making it complicated, you're doing more like effort, you're gonna get more out of it. You don't. The most simple way to get big arms is to just train hard. Now, before you click off, I promise, like, this is exactly what I did. And then my arms went from like very stagnant growth, maybe a little bit up, to just straight shooting up in size. Like, they're not the biggest arms ever, but then I was a very, very skinny guy. So I could say, like, these are really big arms. The way you get big arms is just by training hard, right? People don't want to talk about this. They don't want to make videos on this because it's boring. Honestly, it's literally boring. Like, I would never watch a video who just said, hey, to get big any muscle, you need to train really, really hard. But that's the truth of it. If you go to the gym and you do just one exercise for that specific muscle, but you train hard, like you push that exercise to like failure, like proper failure, you will grow. You will simply grow. There's this whole like overcomplicated like idea of the gym where like you have to do this certain bicep curl and not this certain bicep curl to get the most gains from the bicep. This is like a very 5% thing. Like the last 5% you should be worrying about. The first 95% you should be worrying about is simply just if you are you hitting the bicep and are you hitting it really really hard. That's it. You could do a simple dumbbell bicep curl or a simple bicep like a barbell curl, and you can get all the gains other people get if you just train hard. The same thing with bench press, the same thing with pull-ups, the same thing with squats. You don't need crazy different variations of the same workout or like the certain like exercises and how many sets and how many reps. Like, don't be autistic about it, right? Like, people who are autistic, they over analyze everything and they want to like perfect it. You don't need to do that. You don't. Calm down, take a deep breath, and simply just go to the gym, right? Or pick up the heavy object that you're picking up and train your biceps and train your triceps till they fail, till it's hard. And then you recover properly and then you do it over and over again. You might be already in a gym routine. Fair enough. You might be going to the gym and you might be doing like 3 sets or 6 sets of biceps on arms day and then like 46 sets of triceps on arms day. Very fair, very good. And maybe a little bit of shoulders too. Fine. But while you're doing that, keep in your mind that it matters less about what exercises you're doing, and it matters more on whether or not you're hitting those exercises the most that you can. And I want to give you a small tip. I don't want to make this video just like a reminder video like, oh yeah, train hard. I'll give you a good like tip to keep off in mind so you learn something new, right? Because we're all trying to learn something new. The way you know if your muscles have actually like fatigued and like properly torn and like they're really well off for hypertrophy and they're gonna grow over time is when you're doing the exercise. Failure is not like how much pain you feel, right? Failure is not the pain you feel. Failure is simply you not being able, your brain not being able to send motor neurons to that muscle to move the object that you're trying to move. I'm gonna give you an example. You know, when you're doing bicep curls and then you hit failure, you're like, oh yeah, I can't move this. But then, let's say you wait like 1 minute. You've hit failure already, you know it's gone. But then you keep doing it, you hit some extra reps, right? But then you don't feel the muscle anymore, right? And then even then, you like stop in between. You've had this you've had this happen so much. When you're not able to move at that position, that means it doesn't mean your muscle's gone, because you saw how you kept moving it after 1 minute. It just means that in that small period of time of intensity, your brain just said, no, I'm not investing any more motor neurons to move this muscle. Think about it, right? You've hit failure, you've only hit this. And then after 1 minute, you could just do more, but then you don't really feel the muscle. But then after that, you also stop. It just means that your muscle still is able to move stuff, because otherwise you wouldn't be able to move your hands. But they can't lift the object that you're trying to lift. And that's how you know you've hit failure. The same thing with pull-ups, where if you're doing the pull-ups and then you just stop, right? Like you just realize you stop and you're like you're trying and you stop. And then maybe you stop for like 30 seconds, 40 seconds, and you do it again, but you can hit one or two more, and then you stop. That's called failure. failure is not your muscle like feeling burnt or feeling exhausted. It is simply your brain's lack of ability to move motor neurons to that muscle. Now, there might be a lot of caveats to this, to where you don't want to do this to all muscles, because if you fatigue all of your muscles, then they're not going to grow properly. But this is all related to the nutrition plan you have, or the amount of sleep you get, your mental health, your stress-free, whatever, right? So you can adjust this based on your own lifestyle. What I want you to take away from this video, I'm not going to make it too long, is simply just go to the gym, do what you're doing, but train hard, right? A lot of people, I've seen a lot of my friends, I've seen a lot of strangers, they train, but then they train only to like mild discomfort, right? If you tell them to do like one set of like 10 to 15 reps of bench press, right? They'll do the bench press, but because you only said 10 to 15, they will only do 10 to 15, even though they knew they could do like 20 maybe, because they've gotten stronger, their muscles are not burnt yet. So they just think, okay, I did 15, so now the set's over. But you know, as like smart gym goers, that just because the set's over doesn't mean your muscle grew. It means if you tried hard on that set, that's when the set counts. So simply, just train hard, right? Simple. When you're in the gym, make sure you pick up some weight, and then you train till you really feel that burn, till your brain's really trying to move that muscle, right? Whether or not it hurts is different. Just aim for that motor neuron ideology, where simply you're doing the muscle, and if you really want to hit failure, you move, and then you keep going, right? And you swear like you can't move it. So usually people would drop it here, but you drop it, wait a little bit, and then do a couple more reps, and then stop. That's when your brain thinks, okay, yeah, this thing is gone, this muscle is finished. And that's how you grow muscle. Simple. I made this video about arms because I would have watched a video like this when I was younger, because I really wanted big arms, and I would say I got kind of the size of the arms that I wanted. But you need to understand that like you could do this for any muscle: your chest, your neck, your back, your legs. If you follow this like failure tactic and simply just train hard, like just train hard, turn your brain off and just think, if I want something, I'm gonna work hard for it. Do the same thing in the gym. You will gain bigger amounts of that specific muscle group. If you like this video, like the video. If you dislike it, I don't mind. Click the subscribe button if you want to see more, and if you want to see more right now, click my face down there. I have a bunch of videos just like this one. Have a great day.